Okay, I'm gonna make this kind of quick. Today's vlog is going to be a hot mess, but it's just what's gonna have to happen. So, today I am talking about my planner lineup and what I am using now versus at the beginning of the year. I'll link the video I have right up here. Hopefully it's up there or down here in the description below of the video, vlog, whatever I posted earlier this year of the planners and notebooks I was planning on using. Today I'm going to go over the planners and notebooks that I am currently using and plan to use throughout the rest of the year. So without further ado, let's get started. This video is going to be kind of like a quick and dirty video of what I'm still using, what I'm currently using now. My main planner is this one right here. It is now a tool notebook. I am still using the HB90 Method, which is quarterly goals planner for authors by Heart Breathings. If you haven't checked out Sarah's channel over at Heart Breathings, definitely give it a shot, especially for any author videos and stuff like that. But this quarterly planner is my main one, and what I did for this quarter, I just went through and printed off the pages I actually use. So I don't always use all the pages in this planner because I did print out the goals only planner for the whole year. So I do a lot of my planning in that planner, which I have set aside. And then I was putting all my, let's see if I can get this to open right. It's the only thing about the bigger rings here I don't like, they get like stuck. So I've got the monthly, and then I have my weekly and dailies in here. And that's about it. And I've gone through and I've actually created some of my own social media reviews where I just keep track of my social media stats. And I actually also went through, let's see if I can find one. See if I can find one that I haven't used yet. I went through and created my own weekly review instead of using the one in the planner, just because the questions in the planner didn't really resonate with me, and there was some that I wanted to get more in depth on for me. So I created my own, and this is going to evolve as I continue to need it. But there's that. I did keep the monthly review because I do like the monthly review questions and the quarterly review questions. It's just this weekly review that I replaced. So I went through. Now, last quarter, I was doing this. I was printing these all out in A5 and putting them in my rings. My bookcase is a hot mess, but I have a whole bunch of my A5 rings over here. And I had used my A5 rings because I liked the portability of them. I could toss them in my purse, in my bag, and I was always on the go. However, right now, we're kind of still on lockdown. We're staying at home. So I went back to my full letter size because I love having lots of space to highlight, and I haven't been using this bottom space right so far. So I need to kind of keep figuring out what I want to do. I also have this bad habit of getting to like Wednesday. Like I start off really strong Monday and Tuesday. I'm using my planner, I'm doing this stuff. And then you can see as Wednesday and Thursday, as the week kind of goes on, I barely use it. There's Friday this week. I didn't even touch it on Saturday. And today I opened it and I finally did a full list of what I need to do, and I did my review. So, and then I've gone ahead and planned for this week. So, and I keep changing up how I do this as well. So, but there's my plan for this coming week. But yeah, so there's that. The downside to needing having a big planner like this with the large rings. These are like the 2-inch or the 1.5-inch rings. Discs, I need both hands to flip a large section over. But I have my word count tracker for July, and I've been doing one of these for each month since April. And I put my par how many words I want to written for the whole month on this side, how many words I actually wrote, and then I have a backwards count because I kind of like seeing this number go down as I get through the month. And then I also have created my own writing session tracker where I write the date, my time, the location, what project I'm working on, the goal for the writing session, my starting word count, any focus boosters, any notes. And then I keep track of my sprints, starting word count, ending word count, the total for that sprint, the total for the session so far, and the total for the day. And then I kind of change it up. So this was like per one session of writing, and sometimes I'll add, like if I have just one session, I will kind of add it on to the end. And then I also have a how did it go next time. Sometimes I fill those out, sometimes I don't. And then, so I've been doing those like one per session, and that's great for the weekdays when I have dedicated time spots for writing. But on the weekends, I've started doing a marathon where I kind of keep track of the time, which session I'm on, and then for the whole day, because I never know when exactly I'm going to sit down and write during the day. And sometimes I'll get like one spot in, or I'll get like 4 spots in. So I hate wasting a full sheet of paper for a writing session when it's just like I get 50 words in. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do like a writing marathon sheet and do that for the day, for the days that I know I'm going to be writing off and on all day. And then what I've done is I've left the back clear for notes and stuff. Hopefully you guys can probably hear my kids in the background playing. But so that is this is my main planner. And I actually pulled these sheets out, like here I have today's setup and whatnot. So there's that. I also have a social media calendar where I have planned out all my social media posts for the month. I've actually gone ahead and done this. I've done a calendar like this for the next quarter. So for July, August, and September. And that lives over there in my little binder on top under my Kanban board. But there's that. So, but this is my main planner. Let me see if I can close it now. Blah. It's a beast. She is very thick, but I'm loving the tool. I think this was the rose gold. It's a little muted. It wasn't as bright of a rose gold as I liked, but it's very handy and I'm enjoying it. Okay, now these two were in my first video. I have my Hobonichi Techo Cousin that I have been using for my tarot card and spiritual, kind of more my tarot card. I have listed all my Mercury retrogrades in here, which we're still in. One more week, guys, just one more week. And what I've been doing is I have been tracking my daily cards that I pull. I pull 2 tarot cards first thing in the morning, and then I also pull a 3-card spread, and then sometimes I pull a oracle card at the bottom, and I list that at the bottom, and I just keep a written note. There are some weeks where I miss a day or two, or most of the week. It got a little hairy at the beginning of quarantine, and I missed quite a few days. But I'm getting better at it again. So, but I'm loving being able to think. The only thing I don't like about the thin paper is you can come here and you can start to see how the planner bulges a little with all the washi tape in it, but that's okay. So there's that. And then so I use, you saw how I used the monthly for like the retrogrades and stuff. I had marked off like the big dates, like the new moons, the full moons, some of the solstice and stuff. The weeklies, I am putting my dailies in, and then my daily spreads, pulls in. And then in the back, I've been putting quotes, and I just kind of filling in with stuff as I like it. I've also been putting my full moon spreads, new moon spreads, and stuff in the back. So I'm really liking how this one's turning out. And I think I will probably go and do the same thing and use the same planner next year with this. Now, okay, so this is the other planner that was in the beginning of, in that first video. It is my budget planner. It is an EC Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly. And I actually ended up putting a little pocket on the front. I have not been using this dashboard. I thought I would. But I have been using the planner every month so far. I'm not going to open it up too much. But I have been using it every month. I'm still using this. I figured I would at least finish using it since I've had it and I want to finish using it. I already kind of have an idea of what I want to do for next year with this, because I am finding that I use the monthly spread and then I really don't use any of the notebook paper or anything after it, maybe one page. So it's not really worth it getting another full Deluxe Monthly out of this. So I may put together my own sort of idea of this. And I might even, I don't know. I'm still thinking about what I want to do at the end of the year when I finish this. But I have been using this and this has been a big help lately. So we will see what happens at the end of the year. But this has been very handy and whatnot. So I still use this. I still have like the dashboards and I stuff bills in there and anything I need to do. The other two that I'm mostly using are these two. This is a health journal that I've just put together this past month. I was putting the inserts from in here into my A5, but I have in here, it's just, I decided to keep it separate because if I glue these up to a full leather size and then put them into this one like I was doing with my A5 rings, it would have this thing would have been even more gigantic and it would just been too much. So I've kept these separate and this one just kind of lives here on my desk. But I have a spot for the date, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I leave room down here for any like snacks I have throughout the day. Any notes about how I'm feeling. I've been tracking my meds, my sleep, my mood, my weight, steps I get throughout the day. And then I've kind of gamified some of my health stuff. So these are activities that I try to do every day. And I don't always get to each one every day. But the points, each one has a set number of points and I can get a total of 30 points per day. So a lot of times, like I nearly always do my terror pole and my breathing exercise. PT exercises I've just started doing daily. I was just going to PT twice a week, but now I've started getting to the point where I can do exercises at home. So I've added that in there. The big things that I know that I don't do often enough or that are huge for my health, like the PT exercises or the journaling, have the biggest score. So that encourages me to do them more often throughout the week. And then some of the things that I do very often, but I still want to check off and get a point for, like my reading, 30 minutes of a Skillshare class or YouTube class, like YouTube videos that I watch, speed cleaning, connecting with a friend. I like to make sure I lay out my clothes for the week, stuff like that. My H2O, I like to track how much water I drink. Now, these are for my big water bottle. I have a big water bottle that I use that is, I think it's like 32 ounces. And so each one of these circles counts for one of those water bottles. So if I'm using a smaller cup, I might cross it out 3 times before I move on to the next circle or something. And I also like to try to write some gratitudes first thing in the morning too. So, and then I just have some lined paper in here for notes and whatnot, but otherwise that's that. So there's that. And like I said, it just lives here on my desk, I usually have it open to the day of, and then some things I check off the next day. This journal is kind of like my catch-all-ish. It was starting off just as my morning pages. Let's just start with what kind of journal this is. This is a Electrum. I don't have where it doesn't say. Here we go. The Electrum 1917. I really love these journals. They're sturdy. They hold up to the wear and tear I put them through. I love that they're dot grid and that they have 2 of the ribbons. So this one's kind of become my catch-all. I journal in here. I do my morning pages in here. If I'm taking any notes from Skillshare classes or from YouTube videos that I'm watching, I put them in here. I've also, occasionally when I handwrite, I haven't been handwriting as much because of issues with my shoulder. My hand tends to go numb if my shoulder gets too swollen, which happens quite a bit right now. But I will handwrite in here or make any story notes. So it's kind of like a catch-all, and it's daily. I've also had some critique notes go in here. So, but that's that. I've also, in the back here, created a, let's see if it comes up. There it is. A list for my minimalism game, which I will be doing a vlog later on about with this. I do have a list here that I'm keeping. I've only written up to day 18, but basically the idea is you get rid of 1 item for every day. So like day 9, you get rid of 9 things. Day 10, you get rid of 10 things, and so on until you get through the end of the month. You're supposed to play with another person to see who can get the furthest into the month. I'm just challenging myself to go as far as I can throughout the month. And get rid of stuff. And so I'm actually doing pretty well. I'm on to day 6, even though today is the 5th. I got rid of a few extra things that I came across. And I kind of like that because it gets me started on the momentum for tomorrow. So, but that's that. I've been tracking that in the back, and I kind of left some room so that way maybe I can get August and September in there too if I decide to continue this challenge later on. So, but that's that. I love how well stickers hold up on these covers. And so there we go. So anyway, that was a look at the planners I am using right now. Let me know what planners you're using for the end of the year. I know a lot of people have switched over to new planners because it is mid-year, and it's just that time of year to switch planners. So give me a thumbs up if you like this content, and I will see you guys next time. Peace, love, and happy writing, y'all.